Welcome to Soundbar Live with Mela. I'm your host, Mela, and today I have another special guest with me.
Hello.
This is Dexter.
Hello,
Dexter's
everybody.
our resident crazy person. So
Oh, yeah, we are crazy, though.
So we have this drink today. It's called the Hawaiian Long Island. Found this online.
It just turned blue.
Well, yeah. So, okay, just try it.
I'm about to try it. I'm excited. I can taste the coconut, and I like coconut.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep tasting.
Keep tasting. It's fine. So we chose this Hawaiian Long Island because today we're talking about the presidential election.
Oh,
And I say Hawaiian because why? Our dearly departed Barack Obama.
And Michelle was just here yesterday. Shouts out to you and that copper dress you had on.
Can't talk about the first lady.
She knows she's
Well, she's
I didn't say nothing disrespectful.
The former first. Okay, now I'm not gonna do that. But
Okay.
this is the thing.
She's shaped beautifully.
So we were really happy with Barack
Okay.
Obama. He was a guy. I think who he was pushed the meter. He represents diversity. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah,
He was
definitely.
change. He was the change we all wanted, and we saw him did the best he could. But we're still in this America, so we now have a certain person that we will not mention because he gets no play on this show.
None at all. We're not even
None.
gonna
So
talk
with
about
that being said, we want to move into. We think it's important. I decided to do this episode because it's important that we vote.
Yes.
It's important that you look at your presidential candidates. It's important that you understand where this country is going and why it's going there and not just complain. So this is our moment to do that. All right, so to kind of give us a round off of who's happening, it's a lot of people that's running this year.
It's a ton of people.
Look, so we got, there's this one gay guy. He's 37. I forget his name right now. Probably should have written it down, but I took a nap, so. What is it?
Who?
Pete.
Pete Buttigieg. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, he's one. We've got Bernie Sanders, of course, Phil Byrne, Kamala Harris, who is one of my alma mater people from Howard. We got Cory Booker, Andrew Yang, who I personally am a favorite. I like him.
I do too.
Joe Biden, and I think those are kind of the front runners as of right now, I would say. So it's several. So who are you looking at? What do you think?
The only one I know about Byrne, but the only one I've actually seen was Yang, and what he was talking I agreed with. I agreed with it.
Yang.
He was
I'm probably
for us.
Yang gang.
Yang.
Yang gang.
Can we toast to Yang?
Yang gang.
Cause I'm with it.
With it, and he's Asian. And so this is the thing. People would assume as a black woman and as a Howard alumni, I would just say, okay, I'm definitely wanting to go with Kamala Harris. Not saying that I don't agree with her policies and what she's running for, but there are some issues in terms of some of the stuff she did in her past. And so that is a question for me. It doesn't rule her out.
Okay, I was about to say, don't.
It doesn't rule her out, but it's something to look at. What I like about Yang is that he's a tech guy, right? And he thinks about things from a logical perspective in that, you know, how can we move the country forward? I think one of his policies is like having a stipend of like $1,000
$1,000 a month.
$1,000
Yes,
a
I
month
heard
for
that.
people.
My face lit up.
And
I'm picking up what he was putting down, for real.
Yeah, but like I said before, I know this is probably like really boring to some people because they don't like presidential stuff. They don't like
Hey,
anything
you gotta
that's
learn
important.
about this.
But like everybody we just mentioned, we think it's super important that you look up these people, that you get out here because it's 2019, 2020 will be here in a second.
In 7 to 10 months.
And it'll be here, and then we'll be looking for our, we're looking for our savior right now.
We need to pick him.
Lucifer and his minions are doing their damn
Little
thing,
Hands
honey.
McGee,
They
man.
are doing their thing.
I don't know but the thing is, I'm not even gonna talk about. It's bringing us, I feel like, as a community together. Like, hey,
I hope so.
because everybody realizes, like, yo, we shouldn't be believing in that. And then we all looking at each other like, oh, okay, we need to work together.
We gotta do something because
We
I
have
even
to.
I mean, and I'm not like against Republicans, but I am against certain things that don't necessarily work for the good of the people.
Yeah.
Especially as a woman, I'm a feminist. I give zero fucks about it. And you think about it, that's what I am. So you need to get out to your polls. You need to vote. You need to get together. Like, you know, this is my call to action. This is what I can do from where I am. I vote. You need to vote in your interest. Black people, Asian people, white people, whoever you are. If you believe in the equality of all people, you believe in the rights of all people, you need to vote in that, okay? Y'all are on the Shade Room all the time. Y'all looking at Love and Hip Hop, and none of them motherfuckers are really making any decisions as it relates to your life or your children's lives, but you give them a lot of your energy.
Exactly. And don't forget to vote locally as well. That's
Yeah,
how
that's the point.
you start change.
That's
as
how
well.
you start it.
And then
So-
it goes to the bigger stage.
Yeah.
Locally, and then the big stage. Everybody needs to vote, like for real. I'm taking a drink to that because I
we do.
am stressing over this.
So, the drink was good.
That's good. I'm gonna keep this off stage.
Dexter.
Did you want to close it out with a
Yeah,
cheers?
we're gonna close it out. We're gonna close it out, but first we're gonna come back with our dude Votte Hall. He's amazing. So he's gonna interview with me. Then he gonna sing a little bit.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be good.
Doing something cute. Okay.
Something cute for a piece of change.
Cute.
I don't know.
What is
My jokes are getting bad.
She made me laugh though. It's funny though. It's funny as
I don't know.
hell.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers. Doing cute stuff for a piece of change.
Change, vote.
You already did that?
All right. This artist makes us feel good like a classic dark and stormy. Okay. Welcome, everybody, our newest soundbar patron, Votte Hall. What's up, man?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm great. First, before we get into everything, let's taste the drink.
Let's taste the drink. Well, first off, thank you for having me.
Oh, dude, no, I'm happy to be here. Let's
absolutely.
cheers.
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 All right.
All right, let's see this.
This is nice. You fix this yourself?
I make everything here.
Just for me?
Of course, just for you.
Right, it tastes good.
So you're a Southern guy from South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
What pushed you to relocate to Atlanta?
Actually, I changed schools. I went to USC in South Carolina.
Okay.
Changed schools and kind of took a semester off. During that time, I went up to New York and always wanted to do music. I think at that time I was just stalled out and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I told myself, okay, I'm about to do this.
Right on.
Couldn't afford New York, so I looked at other opportunities and I actually ended up going to Atlanta where I had got an internship at the Weather Channel.
Interesting.
So I ended up going down to Atlanta and finishing in Atlanta.
What were your bigger sacrifices while juggling 3 jobs, while still trying to follow your passion?
I think it's something internal, right? When you're in the corporate world and when you're doing music full time, like you're promoting yourself wide scale, it's actually, a lot of times you find yourself kind of holding back who you are, right? As far as who you are as an artist, because you're like, oh my God, I don't want people at work to know, right? So you sacrifice who you are.
Really?
Yeah, because when you start to get into corporate America, you know, people start to, you know, they kind of low-key judge you. You know, oh, he's a music artist. He's not serious about this role. And it took me a long time to get over that and just be like, I'm going to do both of these 100%. You know, so what really motivated me to get out there and just do it, I read this article about John Legend. So the year that he actually won his Grammy Award for the So High album, he was still working a full-time job. He was a business analyst. He was still working. And at that moment, I was like, oh, I got this. I got this, because there's other people out there just like me
They're working.
who are working.
So you grew up singing in stage plays, right? So what would you say are the main differences between performing on stage versus performing in the studio?
Well, it actually started in church.
Okay, which is still a stage play.
Yeah, my grandmother used to push me out there. I remember one time she wanted me to do something. I said no, and she slapped me so hard.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I grew up, you know, always going to church. And then it was in high school when I did the stage plays, and that's when I was like, oh, I can do this. And that's when I actually fell in love with entertainment.
What's up? What's the most important message behind your music?
Every time we have new music, I always try to reinvent myself. And I think that the message now is just showing that I'm just a regular person.
So, interesting thing about you and I in Soundbar is that you actually know some of our Soundbar patrons, like people who have been on the show.
Who's that?
Okay, so Mr. Hanky.
Okay, Mr. Hanky was on the show?
He produced your song Kiss on Me.
Yeah.
No scamming, pipe down, quit the acting, cause I heard all about you, babe. I know your heart is savage, baby. Yeah, we savage, baby. You watching me, I'm watching you. What's it gonna be? What you gonna do? No need for lying, babe. I'm the shit, can't try me, baby.
I think he was on the first season of Soundbar. It was just before he did I Ain't Going Back and Forth, Best Life with Lil Duval. Lil Duval. Lil Duval. So we had him just before then. And he had already done the California song. So yes, we thought it was pretty cool that you've worked with him because we have a whole family of black men with sunglasses.
Yeah.
I think he wore sunglasses.
Yeah,
I could be
Hanky
wrong,
wears
but
sunglasses.
Whenever I see him, I
Yeah.
see him like out in the street. He's always got sunglasses.
He's a cool dude.
Sweetest man.
And he's very down to earth.
Very down to earth.
He's very humble.
out here getting it done. Like Hanky's killing it. Like like one of the biggest songs last year.
Yeah,
So that's pretty cool.
I respect his grind. I heard
think-
you had Kissy Lee.
We had she's on this
Yeah.
season, so she's here with you.
Yeah.
She's gonna premiere her episode right alongside yours.
Yeah, she actually wrote a.
She wrote a song for you,
record
right? They were
me,
just
yeah.
talking about that earlier.
Yeah,
she's
she did.
dope. Yeah,
She's awesome.
She's awesome, and just a
Yeah.
sweet spirit, and sweet
I'm so
soul.
happy for her.
I had to dive on
Yeah.
here. Pretty much everybody you know.
Yeah, she's
Has-
actually been in one of my videos.
Everybody you know, she's a beautiful woman.
She is
With
beautiful.
her little bald headed self.
And she can act too.
And she can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
She's about that life.
Yeah.
So you have an advantage as an artist, right? Because you've
What's that?
because you've worked for other labels and now you started your own. So you have this
Yeah.
whole other brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about that experience that made you begin with your own independent label to take full control of your career?
So at the time when I came to Atlanta, I started interning for Show Enough Records. And after Show Enough Records, I went to Dallas Austin Recording Projects. He had a foundation there, and then I ended up coming on board working for the CFO of the label. So we talking at a young age, 19, 20. So I was learning what it took to actually promote a record,
Right.
and what record labels actually needed. So I took that knowledge and I was like, oh, I can do this myself.
If your music was a drink, what would it taste like?
So we got to think about drinks, right? So you know, I used to be a bartender when I was in college. Okay, so when you think about a drink, you have to use your senses to how you actually recognize a drink. It's the look. You have to smell it, right? You got to ignite the senses, and then it's the palate, so it's the taste.
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah.
He's
So
in.
as
I love where you're
it
going.
relates to my music, the look, always reinvent myself, always connecting with the people. Remember, we talked about the smell, right? So in terms of music, it's gonna be the ears. So you got the look, and now the sound has to be right. So you gotta be saying what the people wanna hear.
Right.
The music gotta be right, the beat gotta be right. You gotta be riding the beat the right way.
Okay.
All right? So the music, right? Smooth, all right? A little edgy, but right to the eyes, which gives you, I would think, maybe a cognac or a whiskey. Yeah, I'd give you a Crown Royal. Maybe a Crown Royal, yeah.
I go with a Crown Royal.
I like
My
Crown
daddy
Royal.
said Crown Royal.
Yeah.
It
I love
passes.
Crown Royal.
So Crown Royal is good.
Well, you know, over the years, I've actually switched to vodka. So what's your favorite drink?
Favorite drink? In all honesty, because I'm trying to get skinny, it's gonna be any vodka with soda, a little lime juice.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I just want to get drunk. So that's it. But I don't need to be drunk for the next thing we're gonna do. You're gonna perform for us your new
Okay.
song, and
Yeah.
we're super excited here. And we just want to thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having
Votte
me.
Hall, everybody.
I appreciate
Let's go
you.
ahead and cheers to this
All right,
right here.
cheers.
This is the
This
cocktail.
is good
What you-
right here.
Go ahead, kill it. Now you can
right.
drink that, okay?
This is good right here.
That's tasty.
Bank clothes, look like money in my bank clothes. Got the bank rolls, that's that paper that you can't fold. Make the check, make the bank bounce. Make that ass bounce. Too hot, shorty too hot. I'ma do it, make that ass bounce. Hip hop, tell me what you on. Yeah, baby, what you doing? If you make the call, then maybe we can do it. Money talk, make the woman fall. She the one and she gonna ball. If she twerking on the wall, I let all this money fall. She too hot for TV, do it for the fame. If she wanna play it, I can play the game. Double up when the money came. Turning up on this money train. Yeah, we sipping, we popping bottles, pour it slow. I got diamonds on me, I ain't got a show. Hit the teller, open up my boat. On my way to get $1 million for a show. Bank clothes, look like money in my bank clothes. Got the bank rolls, that's that paper that you can't fold. Make the check, make the bank bounce. Make that ass bounce. Too hot, shorty too hot. I'ma do it, make that ass bounce. Hip hop, tell me what you on. Yeah, baby, what you doing? If you make the call, then maybe we can do it. DJ sound, that money call. She start
know who I am. Move by my section if you're not my fan. Got my day ones, I don't give a damn. We sippin', we poppin' bottles, pour it slow. I got diamonds on me, I ain't got a show. Hit the teller, open up my boat. On my way to get $1 million for a show.
Bank goals, feel like money in my bank goals. Got the bank rolls, that's that paper that you can't fold. Make the check, make the bank bounce. Make that ass bounce. Too hot, shorty too hot. I'ma do it, make that ass bounce. Hip hop, tell me what you on. Yeah, baby, what you doing? If you make the call, then maybe we can do it. Make that ass bounce. Make that ass bounce. Make that ass bounce. Make that ass bounce. Make that ass bounce.
Make